The real TIs out there, I hope you are taking care of yourselves out there. I hope you are holding up. And I appreciate anybody who comes to these videos and takes their time to listen to what I have to say regarding organized stalking, regarding these forms of proxy stalking or cost stalking, surveillance, and harassment. And I appreciate anybody who took the time to subscribe and, those who have really checked in and left comments and really have showed support in any way, shape, or form. Because like I said, you don't have to be here, but I just wanted to make this video really quick and just speak about how one aspect that was really revealed to me being a TI and going through this type of thing is the whole and I had somebody leave a comment on the last video about it. That's what reminded me. But the whole phone mirroring and cloning phones and how they clone your devices, because there's somebody who I was real close to in my life who's a TI as well, and we would speak very frequently. And an example of this is that we would speak about something, and when I was around my family more, still around them, still interacting with them and being inside the house around them and stuff, they would get some of my family members to repeat things that I've said only on the phone, that I've never said around them, that I've never said out loud, because when I would speak on the phone, I wouldn't be inside around them or near them. So, or things that I've texted. And like I said, that shows me that this stuff, even back then, when I was first waking up to it, hearing my stepdad or like some of the narcissistic siblings and how, they all triangulated them around me to go against me, like hearing them repeat things that I've said on the phone or I've texted. It really, like, when you're first waking up to it and you're hearing things like that, you're just kind of it's like a subtle kind of like shock. But over time, you just like start to accept this as also a part of the program. If you want to call gang stalking, organized stalking, a program. So when I would hear things like that, that's what kind of like woke me up to really what was going on. And there was also a day where I had my phone sitting in the cup holder while I was in my car, and my brother was with me in the car. We had just arrived home. This is back then when I was still kind of close to my brother before they fully, turned them against me. So I just arrived back home. We're sitting in front of the house, and we're in my car. My stepdad drives up next to us, like he's about to pull into the driveway, but he has to go past us first. As his car is right next to my parked car, I hear my conversation, like I was talking to my brother, I hear it echo from out of my phone. Yet my phone was in the cup holder. So my phone became like a receiver at that very slight moment as he's getting close, passing by. So that leads me to believe that, well, I know this is something they do with perps and, the people who are perping you, who may be in your family and the perps in your vicinity, in your area. A lot of people, I believe more than one person, are really like tuned into TI's phones at one time. Which means that, when you got cars parking near you or sitting near you or in the area, when you're in public places as well, I think they kind of like use the phone. It's like a transmitter. So whatever you're talking about, whatever you're texting, whatever you're doing on your phone, it's being mirrored to another device. So they're kind of like watching, like monitoring your device wirelessly. And I'm not saying anything new. I know a lot of TIs have spoken on this about the Stingrays and Pegasus and these I think they call them IMES or catchers. I don't know if I said that or spelled that right, but they're basically like a cell site simulator, like a fake cell phone tower, that a law enforcement loves to use those, by the way. So I think it's just, you know, it's dangerous that they are giving these things, or they're showing the public or giving them access on how to use this to basically, you know, mirror somebody or clone somebody's device and see what somebody's doing on their phone, or see what a TI is doing on their phone, which, like I said, going through organized stalking and these forms of cause stalking and proxy stalking, I feel so hypocritical in nature, because it's just, it's like hypocritical, because it'll be, you know, real criminals out here, real sick people who are getting a pass to do this to innocent people. And it's like, you can be a TI and you've done, you know, you haven't did anything, or maybe to those TIs in the past, if you had some you know, broke the law or had minor offenses that weren't even you know, a big deal, you know, they're using all of these tactics, and they're giving technology and resources and giving all these forms of, you know, surveillance and spying and stalking and watching to actual criminals to watch a TI. Like, it's almost like in this world, like, actual criminals and sick individuals who actually should be on the watch list themselves are given a slap on the wrist and walking free, or being used as informants, while actual innocent people out here, like targeted individuals, are the ones who are being subjected to all these forms of, you know, surveillance and spying, or being watched. So, like I said, I'm not touching on nothing groundbreaking on this video, nothing that most TIs don't already know by now. But I just wanted to say, with my experience from how people have acted around me and the things they say, it's almost like they kind of subconsciously let you know that they're tapped into your device and they're watching and they're listening. Not that I have anything to hide anyways, but that's just something I've realized with going through organized stalking, proxy stalking, cause stalking, all these forms of surveillance, which I think that plays a huge role. The cell phone is basically, the modern day cell phone is basically a tracker in and of itself. So, you know, they're going to utilize anything they can. They're going to make up all the fake reasons that they can to basically do these things. You know, you don't have to break the law. No warrant. There's nothing that they need. That's how sick and, you know, evil these people are. And, you know, it's involving the police, different departments in your areas doing these psychological tactics, from what I've seen. Just very different individuals. So yeah, that's all I just wanted to say in this video. Y'all take care out there.